In the next 18 months, there's going to be a reckoning, a massive logjam. 56% of commercial loans are coming due. 56%. That's insane. So what's happening in the market today? What's going on? Well, there's $450 billion of commercial debt that is due and payable. Banks are saying, pay us back right now, $450 billion by the end of this year. That is insane. And JP Morgan Chase is saying that 56% of those, that is over $200 billion in commercial debt that is going to be in default because of it. They're not going to be able to refinance. They're not going to be able to sell. They're not going to be able to do anything. And because of the first quarter of 2023 being uncertain, this is what created a huge logjam, or the first domino that falls, to create the domino effect of a massive collapse of the commercial market, which is excellent for us. This is where the opportunity is, and this is where you can step in and help people. And this is why you're going to be extremely wealthy if you pay attention to this information. What caused this logjam? What caused this problem? Marco, why is this even happening? Well, there are a few reasons. Number one is ego. People got involved. They got excited. I'm sure you heard all about, hey, we're going to buy some multifamilies. I went to conferences with thousands of people, celebrities talking about how they're buying multifamilies. And people are getting into the action of buying at extremely high prices, very low returns, thinking that everything is going to be fine forever. Sounds like 2002, 3, and 4 to me. Because during that time, you could buy anything and make a lot of money, just like 20, 21, and 22, very low interest rates, easy to get money, easy access to money, cheap money. And when everyone's getting on the bandwagon to buy properties and they're overpaying for assets because they want to buy, they don't want to miss out, creating an artificial market, an inflated market of multifamily operators, well, guess what? You have a problem in that you've overpaid, the cap rates are too low or the returns are too low, and there is going to be an end in sight, which is not going to be good, which is exactly where we are now with the loan being due. The takedown loan that they got in order to buy this thing at very low returns, at very high prices, creates an opportunity to be upside down, which is terrible for those that are involved. And I hope that's not you. However, there's hope, because you can help those operators that overpaid, that have a large bank loan that's coming due. They need to get something done, and I will show you exactly how to capitalize on that. Next, bad assumptions. Assuming that rents are always going to go up. The market's always going to be this hot. Everyone's going to be wanting to buy your property as rents go up. Money's still going to be super cheap, and it's going to be easy to sell once you've actually optimized the building and making a very small difference between what you bought it for and what you're about to sell it for in the future. Now, I don't know about you, but my crystal ball broke back in the 80s, and no one knows what's going to happen tomorrow, the next week, or the next year. So making bad assumptions is a surefire way to get yourself in extremely hot water. And it could be lethal, and this is one of the reasons why we're headed in this direction in 2023. It's actually not a terrifying time if you understand what to do and how to do it and how to really help and serve people that really need your help. Next is short-term debt. Takedown loans. Loans that are only there for a short period of time that allow you to readjust or buy the property, optimize the property, just stabilize the property a little bit, raise the rents, take care of some things that need to be taken care of, deferred maintenance. So in the 2 years that you have this property, this takedown loan, you have to take them out. You have to take out the lender. You have to refinance this thing, or you lose the farm. Well, guess what? Rates went up over the last 2 years from very, very low to almost 8.25%. 8.25%. Now, that's not super terrible. That's what we generally borrow asset-based lenders with. But for those that are buying assets with a 5% return, and now we're faced with a refinance of 8%, if I'm making 5% on a property and I have to pay 8% for my mortgage, I'm losing 3%. And now 3% on $1 million is $30,000 a year. That's a lot of money. So it's extremely important to buy things correctly, because that's the first cardinal rule of real estate, is you got to buy it right. You got to buy it at the right terms. You got to buy it at the right rates, and you got to buy it at the right price. But somehow in the multifamily space, the commercial space, there's been such an attitude of FOMO, fear of missing out, that so many people paid over retail, hoping and banking and gambling on the future of their money and other people's money, that things would only go up. Well, that doesn't always happen, and that's why we're here, and that's terrifying for those that are caught up in that. But luckily, with good training, with understanding what to do, how to do it, the right skill sets, You're going to make more money in the next 18 months than you have in the last 18 years, understanding and knowing exactly what to do. I've been there, done that during the other crash, 07, 08, 09, where there were 12.3 million foreclosures during that time. And there was a huge boom of assets that you could buy at great rates, at great prices. If you had bought back then, you'd have more money than you know what to do with, and you wouldn't be watching this video. You'd actually probably be shooting it. Now, when there is blood on the streets, when people are going to be losing their apartment buildings, losing money that they invested in, being involved in this whole chaos, this whole excitement, and realizing that, oh my gosh, I bought the property for too much. Or I have an adjustable rate. That's also very lethal, where I'm going from a 2 or 3% rate to a 9 or 10% rate overnight when my property doesn't even support that kind of loan. Now, you can either be affected by it in a negative way or understand how to ride that wave, ride the wave of inflation, ride the wave of chaos, and really serve. And you have to come from a place of service, of helping other individuals